Hi, I'm Caroline, and I've created a lot of things, but mostly I've created a life I love. Join me on my journey as a podcaster, business owner, and mom as I try to create all the things. Welcome to the Caroline Creates podcast. Hey everyone! So amazing news. We finally got the delivery of our furniture and our boxes, and it's such an amazing feeling. But we've been incredibly busy trying to unpack now and figure out how we're actually going to live in this house that we've lived in empty for 5 weeks or so. So today I wanted to bring you a YouTube video that I actually did, and I will have the link to the video in the show notes. But this is something that I feel is really important and something that has impacted me a ton as a podcaster, and it's all about how to find your voice. And so I hope you enjoy. Today, I'm going to chat about, kind of casually, how to find your voice as a podcaster. So one of the things that I really love doing is helping people improve their show and improve their voice. And I realize that I've been saying this for a few months now, and I've never really explained what finding your voice is. And so I thought it'd be really cool to tell you what finding my voice has meant for me. So before I had a podcast and before I started this YouTube channel, I'm an extreme introvert, believe it or not. I don't like being in public. I don't like talking in front of people. And the thought of having a podcast at first really terrified me. And definitely, if you go back and listen to those first few episodes, I mean, you can tell that I was a little timid and my voice was kind of almost fake in a way, like I wasn't just being myself. And the amazing thing happened the more we did the podcast. The braver I got, the more courageous I felt, the more myself I became, and the louder my voice got. It's kind of amazing, right? I mean, I used to be a very quiet person, and I still am a lot of the time, but I also have discovered how to use my voice. And guys, it's just been amazing. It's been amazing to feel that way, to feel like my voice has a purpose. And that purpose came from the podcast. You know, we started a podcast about something that we felt strongly about, as I'm sure you have as well. And by sharing that and letting my enthusiasm come forth, I really found my voice. I found the way that I am able to speak to people and the way that I am able to convey what is important to me. It's such an amazing feeling. But it didn't happen overnight, and I think that's really important. You know, it took practice. Yeah, I used to practice podcasting. Like, I would practice in the shower. I would practice on Instagram stories is a great place to practice, like people hearing you and saying things that matter. I used to just talk. I mean, I remember when we were trying to get our intro down and we would just like do it over and over and over and over because it's the only way you're going to get better, right? You know, I think having a partner really helped me as well because my partner, Kelly, we have a podcast called Creative Biz Rebellion. And she has just really been encouraging to me, and I encourage her. We encourage each other. Like, we're each other's cheerleaders, and that has really helped too. And so, like, having people in your corner who can, like, listen and give constructive criticism, but also just be there to say, you know what, that sounded amazing. You did such a great job. I really love that point you made. Really helps. And I love being that person for my clients. I love, you know, listening to their episodes and messaging them and saying, oh my God, this totally resonated with me, because I know that that helps validate to them that their voice is making a difference. So definitely, you know, practice having cheerleaders. And here's the other thing. You've got to figure out who you are in order to find your voice. When we started our podcast, I was going through a really rough patch in my business. And we have an episode where I talk all about this. I believe, I can't remember the number, but it's called Shifting in Your Business. So you can find it on our website, creativebizrebellion.com. And I had struggled financially for a year, like really hardcore struggled. And it had just like defeated me and deflated me. And I kind of didn't know really who I was anymore. And when I started like fixing other areas of my life that were kind of causing these feelings, and I actually ended up switching my business. This is all like a side story. But what that was able to do was to bring back my confidence and actually taking the time to discover who I was, what my goals were, even like thinking about, okay, why am I doing this podcast, really helped hone in on the message for me of my life and who I was. And that just helped me find my voice even more. The other thing I want to say about podcasting and finding your voice is you cannot listen back to yourself and be hypercritical. You just can't, because the first time you do a podcast episode, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to take you at least 10 episodes to get into a groove, and you're still going to say and 50 times. Or like my favorite saying, drop the mic. I said that in like so many episodes, you guys. I had to, it's just, So you can't expect perfection right away. And you've got to give yourself grace. And you've got to give yourself the space to find and discover your voice in that process, right? Okay, so let's recap. How do you find your voice? Number 1, practice. Get in the shower, practice. It's amazing. Number 2, have some cheerleaders, some people who can be on your side, who can say, yeah, you did really great, or hey, you might want to tweak this just a smidge. Find some cheerleaders. Number 3, figure out who you are, find out your why, and let it shine through in your voice and your podcast. And lastly, give yourself grace. Give up on being perfect, improve with time, and know that we are all in this together. You've got this. I hope this helped. Have a great day. Before you go, please head to Apple Podcasts and leave me a review. I would love to hear from you. And to learn more about me and follow along my journey, head to www.carolinecreates.com. There you can also listen to episodes, watch YouTube videos, and find out more about my podcasting services. Thanks so much. Have a great day.